part of this is a little bit of a productive midlife crisis and my kids getting older. So I felt like this was the time to do something that intrigued me.
What was a more time-intensive, labor-intensive baby to raise, the bookstore or your three others?
If I really added up all of it, probably the bookstore. It's very similar though. It's kind of all-consuming.
I have felt, and I never thought anybody else had this thought, that I look at books and I get excited, but I also get depressed because it reminds me of, like, at some point, I will die. And I will not have read the books that I wanted to read.
I didn't think of it exactly in those terms.
Oh wait,
but...
I went darker than you.
Do you know how long it would take me to read 13 million books?
But honey, you don't have to read every one of them. Tuesdays with Maury, skip that. Who moved my cheese? Just stuff you already know.
Did you always love books?
Yes, I always loved books. I was not one of those people who always dreamed of working in a bookstore though.
You weren't?
No. But more than that, I think the community aspect of it, which is kind of, since reading is such a solitary thing, but you do need to have other people to discuss the things you've read with.
That is so true, because when you're reading a good book, like, I cannot stop blabbing about a book. If I'm reading it, it takes you into a world, you get ideas, you need to discuss it. You opened East City Bookshop 2 years ago. Now, did that feel like a big risk at the time, or did you have a feeling that independent bookstores, that there was a market out there and a yearning for that connection locally?
Yes, I definitely had that feeling. It still felt like a huge risk, and I've lived in the neighborhood for 25 years now. So we had a bookstore that closed in 2009 that had been here for decades.
Right after the downturn.
Right. And I kept waiting for someone to open a bookstore because we're a neighborhood of readers, and nobody did. So I did eventually.
I wonder, like, okay, I'm deciding I am going to open a bookstore. It's going to be an independent bookstore. It's going to have my touch. It's going to be for my community. Now, how the heck do I stock it?
Well, yes, I did not know anything about opening a bookstore when I first had this idea, and it kind of got into my head and wouldn't go away. I found out about this place called Paz & Associates, which runs basically what I call bookstore school. So it's a week-long course in everything involved in opening a bookstore.
How expensive is it to open a bookstore?
It's really expensive. I think that has been one of the reasons that people aren't able to open bookstores, because you do have to have, you know, your opening order is a big investment. So, and you have to have that to start with.
Is that a small business loan? Is that personal? Like, how do people do it?
People do it a lot of ways. I did find very quickly that if you've not run a retail business or worked in a retail business or worked in the book industry, nobody really wants to give you a loan to open a bookstore. So I did figure out how to finance it myself. If we can do local things, we do that. And then we kind of go out and, you know, if it's closer, that's better.
What is some real life and maybe difficult advice you can give to somebody who would want to do the same?
I would say it is very hard to make a profit in a bookstore. Even with things looking up, even with things, you know, in a much better situation for bookstores right now.
The smell of books?
Yep.
Which also have their, I'm going to sound like a big fat weirdo, but they also have their own personalities in the way they smell. Some books smell different than others.
And you're not the first person to say that. I guess because of the kind of glue they use in their binding, they really do smell different.
Is that what I'm smelling is glue? You kind of get to live in this environment around all these books, and how, I don't know, it just does something for you if you love books.
Yeah, it really does. It's a great place to be. I mean, it's definitely the most fun I've had in a job.